In a world where laughter was king.
No in a world, Jack.
What do you mean, no in a world?
It's not that kind of movie.
Oh? Okay. In a land that...
No in a land either.
In a time...
Nah, I don't think so.
In a land before time.
It's about a comedian, Jack.
One man.
No.
When your life is no longer your own.
What does that mean?
When everything you know is wrong.
That's wrong.
In an outpost.
No.
On the edge of space.
There's no space.
A girl.
No.
Two girls.
No.
Now.
No.
More than ever.
Stop it.
A renegade cop.
I hate you.
A robot renegade cop.
You're fired.
You're fired.
No, you're actually fired.
I'm fired.
Get out of the booth, Jack.
No, I like it in here.
It's good to see you. I must go. I know I will go.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat.
He's an interesting guy, man, and you know, he believes it. So, Kyrie, the Earth is flat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, whatever.
That's news.
That's news. Here we go.
Wherever you are, make it Truth Frequency Radio.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship currently winning the war with the mainstream scientific community. Meanwhile, the Peanut Gallery is practicing hard to meet his New Year resolution to be the world's best radio lip sync champion. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Check it out at enclosedworld.com or just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, you're just not very good at the internet. For those of you listening to this on YouTube and you want to hear the show live as it happens, please go to Truth Frequency Radio for the latest schedule. Currently, this show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And yes, Caroline, if it is not January 1st, 2019, then you are listening to a rerun. Quote of the day from the Peanut Gallery goes exactly like this. For last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words await another voice. And to make an end is to make a beginning. Who said that? None other than T.S. Eliot. The Mark Sargent 2018 Flat Earth Challenge is in effect. This is my personal declaration of war from Flat Earth against mainstream science. I, Mark Sargent, hereby put forth a challenge to any university, foreign or domestic, to loan me a NASA-approved self-contained spacesuit, put me in a vacuum chamber, and pull the switch. For more information on this, please check out Flat Earth Clues Part 13, The Lost Nail. Oh, you know what? The Peanut Gallery, you're absolutely right. I have to change that now. Although it was technically it still counts because it was the 2018 challenge. But now, you know what? Now it is, with one click of the mouse, it is the 2019 challenge. So thank you, Peanut Gallery, for that. Nothing big on the announcements right now. Of course, if you haven't already taken a look at it, or if you're trying to convince somebody to become a flat earther like you and me and everybody else listening to the show, please have them go to behindthecurvefilm.com. I hear good things, and you know what? 21 film festivals in 7 countries. Can't be wrong. Phone number to call in tonight goes a little something like this. You can either call 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. Or the old number is just fine, 720-897-6111. If you're in the UK, don't forget the country code and then dial 44-203-393-2871. And, of course, if you're calling just to listen and have me not see you on the board so that I don't accidentally pick you up and potentially embarrass you, that number is 605-472-9131. All right. So what are we doing tonight? We are basically talking about what happened in 2018 and what might happen in 2019. So before you guys even call in, and I know there's a few people already listed. In fact, one person is calling in twice, which I'm still trying to figure out how that's happening. Give me what's your favorite or what you think were the most important Flat Earth moments of the year. Just take your pick. There's a whole bunch of headlines, and I've got my webpage up. And basically what I did, I just went to Google and typed in Flat Earth and set the filter to 1 year. And it's amazing the amount of stories. It's hard to believe that 2018 came and went. But here we are, the first day of 2019. Going to be a banner year, I'm sure. But let's get right to it. Let's pick up 845 area code. 845. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. And I don't hear anything. I'm not doing it twice. Oh, man. Do I have to pick up his other line? All right. Well, we're going to mute that one, and we're going to unmute this one. Hopefully he heard me singing on one of those 2 lines.
Yes. That was weird because I only called once. New York.
There you go.
What the heck? With my vagabond shoes. What was that? That is so weird. I only called on one number. How am I in there twice?
I kick it. Let's see what happens. Hopefully you won't die when I do this. If you do, call back.
Okay.
And okay. I just killed the other connection.
Still here.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Awesome. It worked.
Yeah.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
Not bad. Not bad. Honored to be the very first call of 2019.
I don't think you've ever been the first caller. Well, yes. Not only are you the first caller, first time you've ever been the first caller on this show, but yes, you are the first caller of 2019, January 1st. Here we are.
Yes. Awesome. Actually, very, very honored. That's awesome. Dude, I love you, man. I love the show. I love everybody that calls in. It's always a good time. You know, even when we're serious, we're still laughing, giggling. It's great. Yeah. You really do a fantastic job.
Well, thank you. I try, and after 100 and I don't even know what number show this is. Hang on. This is 79, I think. Right? 179. Go figure.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. That's all. That's pretty amazing for a weekly show. A weekly Flat Earth show. And I've done 179 episodes. I have not missed many. That's for sure. I rarely take vacations, and I rarely get sick, and I think only a couple power outages have stopped me. So we're talking, at least 3 years and change that we've been doing this.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, I mean, how many of them were actually within your control? There was nothing you could do to make those.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So
Everyone's
pretty good record. Pretty good record.
It was pretty rare. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad, we're starting out 2019, and Flat Earth seems to be, even bigger than before, to where now, I mean, there's just all these random high profile and low profile people, both, and you've probably seen it. There's a lot of people coming out against Flat Earth. A lot of people putting in their 2 cents, just smaller and medium channels, and some larger channels saying, "Oh, Flat Earth," the same old record. Flat Earth is stupid. Flat Earth is ridiculous. It's like, yeah, that's fine. You know what? Go ahead, add to our metrics. You don't realize what you're doing, but that's fine. We'll take that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's a lot more people for than we expected. I mean, I'm not saying more than the people against, but there's a lot more that are out there, and people don't realize that they're everywhere. We're everywhere, and I'm sorry.
Absolutely everywhere. I mean, we see it.
Very overwhelming thing.
Yeah, again, a topic that should have never made it this far, and it has. To the point now where celebrities, you can hear them muttering it underneath their breath. It's out there. It's in television shows, it's in movies. It's a topic that won't go away. And what will 2019 bring? I imagine a lot. But I mean, you like, I'll throw you the question, since you're the first caller. What was your favorite, or did you have any Flat Earth moments in 2018 that really stuck out to you, that you were like, wow, this is really interesting?
I guess it's maybe anti-Flat Earth, because it was really
that's fine.
The car going into space.
Right, the Tesla
was so huge to me, because I could bring that to people who weren't even about Flat Earth, and they're like, "What is that nonsense?" And it just cracks that shell, and you can get in there and, hey, why don't you look at this? Oh, by the way, did you ever hear about this crazy thing? And it's surprising how many people are, oh yeah, I heard of that. Right. And it's so moving away from, I mean, we still have the intense idiots on here who tell us drink bleach, don't have children, jump in front of a bus, whatever. But there's a lot more people who are at least, it can't be that crazy, or maybe that's not so crazy, or, what I'm saying? They're not being as violent a reaction to it as much,
right?
Because it's out there, subliminal. Right. Everybody's talking about it,
Yeah, it's not this. Wait, like it used to be, where it's like, whoa, explain what exactly we're talking about here. Now it's like, oh, that thing I've heard about and I've been trying to avoid for some time. Now, apparently, now they're kind of forced to speak about it, and it's absolutely fascinating. One of my favorites was an article that came out. You probably remember, this is in your neck of the woods, when the New Yorker, the guy, he went to the Raleigh conference. You remember Alan Burdick? You probably maybe may or may not remember his name. And he was an award-winning journalist for the Times. And he went to now I think he's the chief editor at the New Yorker. And he went to Raleigh, and then he took, that was, back in, a year, back in, November of 2017. And he waited all the way until May before releasing this giant article Looking for Life on a Flat Earth. And it's this massive article, and I'm going, wow. This is an article that 3 years ago could have never been published, because people would have said, why are you even talking about this? But now it seems like everybody has got to weigh in on it. Everyone now, it's kind of like in at least in the media world, that's what remember how we kind of talked about the dance floor. there's been enough media people on the dance floor that now it's not embarrassing to put it out to your subscribers. And heck, it generates ratings, and they all know that. So
right,
it's fascinating.
Well,
but
I mean, you said it since the beginning. I mean, really, no publicity is bad publicity. You know, I mean, there's really nothing.
That is true.
If they're talking bad about you, they're talking about you.
They are talking about you. Your producers have told me this since minute one, which is it doesn't matter whether they love you or hate you, as long as they're talking about you. Now, that the old saying, by the way, all publicity is good publicity, or even bad publicity is good publicity. That's a kind of a mix. I think the original.
Sorry, you know I'm an idiot.
No, it's okay. Everybody knows it like that, but I had to look it up because I was kind of curious. And I think one of the original sayings is even bad publicity is free. And that sort of, but that's not as catchy as the other thing. And it's true though, which is, you know, again, people publicity, you know, you don't, unless you're paying for it, you know, publicity is, you know, that's free marketing right there. And the version I came up with, you know, even if you want to, I mean, this is a warning to all the trolls that are out there. If you want to attack, it's fine. All you're doing is shooting wooden arrows into a bonfire. From a distance, it looks like you're doing something, but all you're doing is adding fuel to the fire. That's all that's happening. We just keep getting bigger and bigger. No doubt. So, but yeah, it's
absolutely.
So,
oh man, I like that analogy because
it's true.
I mean,
it's true. You know, people have said, "Oh, aren't you worried about this troll and this troll?" And I've said it many times. It's like, are you kidding? I wish I had 100 more like this guy. Anyone that makes a video about me and puts my name in the title and Flat Earth in the title, even, you know, followed by sucks or is a loser or whatever, great. Keep them coming. Keep them coming, because all that does is pump up the metrics on the back end and props up the good stuff. So fine by me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, watch me lose my temper one day and just go on a shooting spree on, you know, find a whole bunch of trolls.
You're not supposed to say that live.
Oh, right. Somebody hold a troll convention and tell me where it is.
Yes. Remember, he was always so quiet. He always kept to himself, neighbor.
Exactly.
So this way, you got to maintain that story.
Yeah, I know. My brother-in-law, by the way, finally watched Behind the Curve, and I don't want to keep you too much longer because the.
All right. I know.
Because Peanut Gallery also. You know what? I'm going to give you your quote now because otherwise he's just going to keep typing stuff in the chat. Your quote is, New York is an exciting town where something is happening all the time, most of it unsolved. And who said that but my favorite talk show host of all time, Johnny Carson.
Oh, nice. I would have thought Richard Bells or something. The Bells. That sounds like him.
It sounds like a Johnny Carson joke to me. But anyway, I'm sorry. Where did I leave off with you? I
don't remember. You want me to get that off?
No. It's cool. But yeah, I do. I do have to take a few more calls. Anyway, so yeah, it was a great 2018, and I'm hoping for amazing things in 2019. My first appearance looks like it's going to be down in the Bay Area, down in San Francisco, for a meetup. They're flying me in for some meetup. It hasn't been announced yet. They're still going to work on the details, but it's going to be fairly soon, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Nice. I got a quick one for you.
Yeah.
And now we welcome the new year full of things that have never been.
Neat.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, again, 2017 was big. I didn't think it could be topped. In 2018, blew the doors off of that. And 2019, I'd like to say that nothing will surprise me, and I would be totally lying through my teeth if I said that, because I anticipate that something is to surprise me. Please let it be a spaceship. Please let it be a spaceship. Anyway.
Oh, it's going to be something, that's for sure.
Give me Blue Beam. Give me something. Give me Song and Dance. Give me Act 3. That's what I'm looking for. So, all right, man. It's a pleasure to talk to you early. And
All right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Mark.
We'll probably talk later this evening.
Yes, and I'm glad you were part of my 2018.
Oh,
help me out.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, I just threw up a little in my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling all squishy now. All right, man. We'll talk soon. Just like that, he was gone. All right, let's jump over to 214 area code. Sorry, you had to wait 16 minutes. What's happening?
Well, Happy New Year to you and everybody out there, and I hope everybody went and listened to The Secret of Oz. And if you didn't get a chance to go listen to it, just make it a point to go buy some silver this year so we can help break the globalist bankers and their gold paradigm. So
cool.
That was my initial thought. And then last weekend, I was telling you about, the real dark side. So for 2019, you can go listen to a interview I heard about a week and a half ago now. Jeff Rent interviewing this guy named Brian Two, who was discussing that he used to work for DOD and some of these other alphabet agencies. And he's claiming that we've been getting sprayed with nanobots in these chemtrails for the past 20 years. And they're using the nanobots to introduce into the carbon cycle. Basically, so when the plants take up the little nanobots and the animals eat that, then we eat the animals. And then by the time we drink the air and the chemical air and the chemical water and the chemical foods and all this other stuff, well, the bioaccumulation of this is used so that they can start using these ELF waves, extra low frequency waves, which, you've been hearing a lot of people talking about how they're using cell towers and things like this, to drive people bananas and stuff. Well, so now that they're using these ELF waves to ping everybody's brains and that they can map out everybody's brains. So now that they've been supposedly mapping everybody's brains for the past 15 years or something. So now the consensus is that they're able to program thoughts into people's heads. So I guess it's becoming, when's the last time people have really had an original thought? And now you're starting to think about all this stuff. It's like, oh, wow. Yeah, it's pretty spooky if half that's even true, which, our government and its infinite wisdom is not going to tell anybody what we have. So that's a pretty interesting thought for 2019. Just thought I would share that with everybody. But yeah, the interview's out there. Jeff Rentz, Brian Two, go listen to it. It's really in-depth and really fast-paced with a lot of information. So
Cool. Well, thank you for that. Anything else before I pick up the next guy?
No, with that, y'all have a good evening, good night, and God bless.
All right.
Bye.
See you, man. And on that note, let's go over to 306 area code. I believe that's out in Canada, otherwise known as the suburban United States. What's happening out there?
Well, you got me now, Mark?
Yeah, yes, I do. I do have you out there.
Cool.
Do you have me? Are we communicating? Do we have a dialogue happening here?
Yes, we are. We are communicating for sure.
All right.
How are things over in your land there?
Not too bad. I'm so close to the Canadian border. I can see Canada from here.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah.
it's not.
Good.
And when I was dating that lovely young woman up in Victoria, otherwise known as Vic for the locals, it was literally, you took an American ferry boat to get there, and It was absolutely, I mean, it's not like traveling through Europe. I mean, everybody speaks the exact same language and the accent is almost identical. Everyone wears the same clothes. I mean, there's no difference between the two. So,
for sure. Yeah. So you were coming up with the, what was the famous, no, what were you saying about the favorite part of 2018 for me would be,
yes,
probably the first one would be obviously meeting you in Edmonton at the conference.
Right on.
And second of all would be meeting Patricia and everybody else at all the conferences, the one in Edmonton and the one in Denver that I've been to. Everybody at those conferences is basically, we're all family. That's what I say to everybody. We all, it's just an emotional time for everybody, and it's an awesome time to spend with each other. We see eye to eye with most of the stuff, and it's absolutely outstanding, according to me, for meeting everybody, especially you and Patricia and everybody in Denver. And there's been a few minor things. I've been doing my own research because that's what we basically have to do, because we've been obviously told the wrong things in life. I think it was about a week and a half ago or so, maybe more, I had phoned down to Wisconsin University there, and because I wanted to confirm that Michael J. Smith, the so-called astronaut,
right,
that blew up in the disaster there, Columbia disaster,
right,
if he was actually working there. And yes, he does actually work there. There is I phoned the front desk, or whoever picked up the phone there. I said, yes, I'm wondering if it's possible to talk to Mike J. Smith. And I'm guessing he was busy at the time. And then I was kind of transferred back and forth to a few areas. I think I got to a main office of kind of the area that he would teach in, but I still wasn't able to leave a message for him or anything. They kept, obviously, like everybody else says, like NASA, just send us an email and we'll get back to you, So, but still, everybody that I talked to on the phones knew exactly who he was. They wouldn't say, he doesn't work here, or he's, been dead for years, or
sure,
or whatever it is, But yeah, he's alive and well, So for all of those people who have, who say, you guys are so rude to those astronauts who have passed away during the Columbia disaster.
Right.
You flat earthers, you're all whatever,
Right.
And I'm like, no. You guys need to do the research. You have to, and it's mind boggling the way we are treated.
I agree.
Between us and the globies, or the dummies, or the zombies, or whatever you want to call them. They're not doing the research. They just, give us their little 2 bits and go on with their lives. And so, that's my little spiel.
All right. Hey, you got 30 seconds till we go to our first break. You want any shout outs? Anything you want to wish everybody for 2019?
I'm going to shout out to everybody who is currently alive on this earth, this flat plane we live on, and especially to all the globies who hopefully will wake up sooner than later.
Cool. Sounds great, man.
And you have a wonderful New Year's, and everybody else listening have a sensational year.
Thank you, man. And we will talk again soon. All right.
Yes, we will. You have a wonderful night, Mark.
All right. See you, man. All right, and with that, we're going to go to our first break. Remember, the phone number to call in is 213-233-3998. That is 213-233-3998. And speaking of threes, we'll be back in 3.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
You're listening to Truth Frequency Radio.
We are TFR.
Welcome back to Strange World Part 2 of 4. It is a call-in show tonight, and it is January 1st, 2019. The first day of the Flat Earth New Year, and can't wait to see what it brings. We got callers on the line right now, so let's go to them. First one we're going to grab is 903 area code, I believe. 903, you're on with Strange World. What are we talking about?
Good evening, Mark. Awesome intro and outro music for your commercial breaks. That was off the chain, dude.
Thanks. I found some oldie but goodies.
Definitely. Was that Information Society the first one?
No. Well, the first one, the song that opens the show is actually fairly new. It's a song called Londinium, and it is from one of the latest King Arthur movie. The outro, that is an 80s track from Russia called American Soviets. And the song that you just heard now, just coming into this after the first break, that was Absurd by a band called Fluke, and that is from the mid-90s.
Well, then I had that the outro to the commercial. I had it confused because I thought that was that one that the hook come on with Pure Energy.
Oh, I love that song, by the way, by Information Society, and I love that beat. So if it sounds similar, that's why. I was a huge fan of that in the late 80s when that came out. I was up in university, and yeah, I totally dug that.
You brought me back with that one, brother. Even if that wasn't it, you brought me back with that one.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Did you happen to catch the Paul on the Plane that aired right before yours?
I didn't, unfortunately. I was in the middle of like 3 different things. Why? What happened?
Okay, well, that's a good thing. I called and talked to him briefly, and I want to apologize to any listeners that's got to kind of listen for the repeat story, but I wanted to call you. First, Happy New Year. Awesome job with the Flat Earth, man. I love what y'all are doing, dude.
Thank
y'all got the audacity and the man, y'all persistent as hell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're not going away.
And it's great. It takes a lot of gall to approach it the way y'all did and to just take everything that comes, turn the other cheek and roll.
Right
Much
on.
love, man. Mad respect, brother.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to kind of repeat the same story I told him.
Okay.
And I will apologize because I don't have a scientific background or a very extensive vocabulary. I witnessed something. This is to touch on the dome and the firmament. Okay. Now, I just found out about this flat Earth about 2 months, maybe 3 months ago. I had no idea about any of that, and it actually kind of opened my eyes to some things. Me and my wife witnessed something. I have absolutely no idea what it was in the sky one night, right? And the only way I can explain it is it looked like a rip in the sky, I guess, a dimensional portal, if you will. I know it's far-fetched as hell. I get it. I know exactly how it sounds. But I know what I saw. And I wasn't the only one that saw it. I told Paul it was about the size of a quarter, but it was kind of vague on the way I explained it to him, I think. But if you take and put a quarter in between your finger and thumb and you hold it out, that's about how big of the area it was. If you hold it out at the end of your arm, you outstretch your arm, that quarter might have covered the area that I saw. And it wasn't circular. It was elongated, right? And I told him the same thing I'm going to tell you because I really have no other idea how to explain it. And at the risk of sounding extremely inappropriate, it was the shape of a private.
I know exactly what you're going to say, and we could just leave it at that.
Okay, and I'm sorry for that. I really
no, it's okay. It's okay.
I've been trying to figure out a better way to explain it, and then okay, that's what it looked like.
Okay.
All right, so it had a definite outline. All right, and it looked to have depth that was maybe like a texture surrounding the outline, and then nothing behind it except for whatever it was, a pinkish or purplish glow that was pulsing, but not in any particular rhythm. And there was a little bit of cloud cover here and there because the clouds would come in front of it and cover it up. But you could still see the discoloration in, I'm just going to say the atmosphere because I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard about it, and I kind of put it in the back of my mind, and we never really talked about it too much, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then when I'm looking into this flat earth business, and as soon as I heard dome and firmament, man, I'm almost like 100% sold, because logically, what the hell else could that be? I was literally waiting and expecting something to come flying through and come see us. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like.
Wow.
And I know exactly how this sounds. Trust me.
Sure.
But I haven't listened to everything out there on Flat Earth. I've listened quite a bit, and I haven't heard necessarily any eyewitness accounts on something that's not like the government doing something. I think it warrants something, but I didn't make it up. And the dome makes perfect sense, other than nothing came through it. Water didn't spill out.
Sure.
I don't know where else to go with it, I can't blame it on drugs because it's been way too long for that.
No, I'm not going to shoot you down. I mean, I open my day with Flat Earth every morning. So why?
Exactly.
How in the world could I shoot down your story?
Who else can I talk to? Holy shit. Mark Sargent. Yeah. And really, I was curious. For one, like I said, I wanted to put it out there because I haven't heard, any other crazy folk that had some far-fetched stories for you to entertain. And also, I was curious if you have ever heard of anything else like that from anybody else.
I have. Privately, I have heard of different glitches like that, and you would kind of expect
glitch in the matrix.
Yeah, exactly. Whether people that have listened to me enough, of course, the chance that this world is virtual in some regards is pretty high. But at the same time, even if it was a physical world, any display system is going to have its problems. Nothing is 100% flawless, unless, of course, you allow a few problems to happen deliberately because human beings love a mystery. And that's what I think it is half the time. But yeah, what you're saying is not completely unique, which means there's issues like this that are happening all over.
Can you give me an example, or you can't touch on it too much?
No, I can't really touch on it right now. But what's
you're
saying is very, there have been similarities in various stories I've heard over the last few years. And in fact, you don't even have to. You could probably look this up online. Sky anomalies. There are plenty, and they vary in size and scope. But there have been a lot of things reported over, and we're not talking just UFOs and stuff like that. We're talking about atmospheric phenomena that are you can't explain. Really, in fact, it would be tough to explain without having a flat model involved. But before we came out and did our thing, what do you say? It's like, okay, well, there's something happening up there. But I think
what else could it?
I'm sorry.
What else could you associate it with?
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of
No, it's okay. You're fine. So, but yeah, no, thank you very much for sharing it, and I'm glad you're telling your story. No, I don't think it's drugs. I think you're crazy.
A
lot of strength.
Maybe. Oh, hang on. I think I'm messing you up. Hold on. I had to roll my window down so I can smoke a cigarette. It's stressing me out.
That's okay.
I'm just playing. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was just saying.
I didn't know if you was.
No, nothing pressing. Just that what you're saying is very cool, and I'm glad you confident enough to come out and talk about it.
Well, yeah, and maybe, just maybe. For one, I wanted to share it, and I was curious to know if you had heard anything else that would kind of, kind of at a loss for words right now.
That's all right. Anything that
would
would correspond with what you're saying. Anybody that has similar stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, maybe there's a chance somebody saw something and just didn't want to say anything. Maybe me saying something might encourage somebody else to say something. Hey, and if that's the case, cool. That's great. Maybe it'll open the doors. More people, eyewitnesses for something.
Right on. Right on. Sounds great.
And also, I wanted to ask you real quick, because I know you got to get off, take other callers. Why in the world would you want to see a spaceship? Does that kind of, didn't you say that earlier?
Oh. Well, just because okay, two things. One,
wouldn't it contradict it?
No, because space, technically, any sort of room has space. We don't have a better name for spaceship right now than spaceship. I mean, we just don't have it. I could say airship. But then, and we had the discussion a few shows ago, which was, okay, well, airships have already been done. They were called Zeppelins back in the day, and did a whole bunch of those.
All right.
So no, I don't mind calling it a spaceship, because it could be an interdimensional spaceship. It could be a spaceship that works with subterranean stuff or underwater stuff. So I'm until we can get a catchy name that's better than spaceship and relates a lot better, I'm fine with it. So.
All right. Can I have just another minute or two? I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Not to cut all the callers off. I'm having a problem because I got a buddy of mine real quick that he's very logical and open-minded, and he's a global Earth, and I'm flat Earth pretty much, and we're debating. And I'm having trouble explaining to him the stars. And I get the projections and stuff, kind of. But wouldn't there be what I'm telling him is say the Big Dipper, for instance, all right?
Right.
Shouldn't it, and I'm just guessing because I don't know much about astronomy at all, wouldn't that, just for example, wouldn't they be closer than another constellation?
The Big Dipper would be closer.
Any for the stars in general. Some are closer than the other ones.
Not in this. No. Remember, all of them.
I mean on a globe Earth. I'm sorry, on a globe Earth.
Nope, wouldn't make any difference on a globe Earth, whether it's a flat Earth or a globe Earth. All the stars are, on a globe Earth, yes. I'm sorry. If it's a heliocentric model, if you're talking about the actual solar system, yes, there are stars that are 4 light years away, and there are stars that are 1 million light years away. And if that
we shouldn't be.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I'm saying we shouldn't be able to take a picture of the stars or the constellations from 30 years ago and hold it up and it'd be identical to what we see today.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no parallax. The constellations haven't. The constellations haven't moved in thousands of years. And that is, and science will say, well, it's because the distances are so vast. And it's like, no. You should see some parallel scrolling involved. And you never, ever do. The constellations, the zodiac is now what it was millennia ago. So
how could it not be a projection or a picture?
Yep. And again, because human lifespans are so short, we just never noticed. It just never occurred to us, because the flat Earth model by the time we got developed enough, it was already a globe model. So it's like, okay, we started to fit everything into the globe model.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
And what is going on in Antarctica for real? Does anybody really know?
No. I mean, that's why the treaty is so solid. There's 5,000 people down there, all governments, all military scientists, and no corporations go down there. Nobody owns it. And it's not up for review until 2041. Which is still...
I think that's what...
Go ahead. Actually, I hate to do this to you, man, but it is a call-in show. I've got to grab some other people.
I appreciate it. Happy New Year. Thanks for having me and giving me time, brother. Thanks a lot.
Talk to you soon. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's jump over to, oh boy, did I pick up 254 already? Let's find out. 254, you're on with Strange World. Did I already pick you up?
No, Mark, you didn't already pick me up.
No. Well,
how are you?
I am fine. How are you?
Good. Happy New Year.
Yes. January 1st.
January 1st, supposedly the air quotes New Year.
Right.
Is it the New Year? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it is, it is for most of the modern world. Here's the thing I was just thinking about today, which was, okay, it's 2019 as of right now, right? How do you know that? Well, because the Roman calendar, it's like, well, yeah, it's 2019 for us in Europe and most of the industrialized world, but it's not 2019 in China. It's
right.
Type it in. In fact, I should Peanut Gallery. Type that in. What year is it in China? It's not 2019, but they have to go along with the 2019 because all the money is tied to 2019. So it's like, fine.
Yeah, because they want to keep up with the Western world, so they have to.
We believe it's 2019. It's like 2019 since when? That's the other thing. It's like, it's not like our history is only 2,000 years old. We go back a lot further than that. So why is it listed as 2019? And that is because, here, I'll throw one more out you real quick. And that is because before 2019, it was BC, right? It was 10 BC and 30 BC, right? BC stands for?
Don't get me lying. I know this, but I can't doubt it.
Yeah,
right
I know.
now.
I know it's the on-air thing. It's thrown. It's before Christ, right? Right.
Right. Well, there's actually there's words that it's not just before Christ. It's actually like Bach or something.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I can never remember.
Absolutely right. And I was gonna stump you because AD. Most people think that AD stands for after death, and
it's not.
It's not. It's Anno Domini, which is or Domini, which is Latin.
These are terms we have adopted.
Yeah. It's because it's easy. It's easy.
But what does the AD mean?
Anno Domini, which is,
what does that mean in Latin?
It's Latin. It translates into in the year of our Lord, which is weird.
Kind of like after death, maybe.
That's just it. I mean, everyone goes with after death, even though when you look it up, after death technically is nowhere in the description. But it's easy.
That's like a simplified new thing.
Yeah, people always choose the easiest option. So yeah, it's 2019, and yeah, again, you could go to any kid, for example, and say, "Oh yeah, it's 2019," and they'll go, "Yeah, of course it is." I go, "Yeah, but I'm sorry, hang on." The Chinese say it's, yeah, I know it's the year of the dog.
2003.
The what?
I thought it was the year of the pig.
Peanut Gallery's saying the year of the dog, and I'm going with him on that one. Why, do you think it's the year of the pig?
He's probably right.
Have you been to a Chinese restaurant today?
No.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You got to remember that their New Year doesn't even happen until February. So the pig happens in February. So technically, it's not even January 1st that we celebrate the New Year now, but they don't even celebrate until February. So, what a pain. Anyway, what's going on?
Well, I was watching a video earlier, and I was curious if you've ever thought about this, the lead paint recall thing, back in the day.
I hadn't thought about it. I mean, I knew it was a thing. Why?
Well, it was very interesting. It provoked me to thought about, I can't remember the channel that talked about it, but they were talking about it wasn't poisonous, but, bring up the children. It's poisonous to the children, eating paint crumbs and stuff like they're doing that anyway. Who does that? But it's because they were already coming out with the technology that they came out with to be able to spy on us. And what do you use to block that kind of technology? You put on the lead vest when you go get x-rays and all that stuff. So they didn't want lead paint on your walls. Anyway, I thought it was interesting.
I like that. Hey, that's not a bad little conspiracy. Although you got to admit that eating lead paint chips, is not a good idea.
No, but who does that?
Well, back in the day, infants mostly.
If you ate a couple of lead chips from paint, it's not going to kill you, Mark.
No, it's not. It's not that it's going to kill you, but there were certain mental deficiencies.
Oh, come on!
It wasn't killing. It wasn't like, it's not like where you get a bullet in you and you get lead poisoning and you die. But if you take lead into you in slow doses, it can do some bad things. What
do they do with vaccines? You really think the EPA cares about any of that?
Well,
no, they have an agenda. I think this is a good theory. I want some lead paint. I want to paint my house.
That's not too bad. I don't know if you can get lead paint, but I know you can actually go out and buy. In fact, if you ask for it, they might actually look at you a little sideways if you actually requested it by name.
It's basically, if you paint your house with lead paint, if you could even find it anywhere, you might be able to find it at a novelty shop, possibly.
You know what?
Pay out the wazoo.
It's an interesting thought. I just don't know. I don't know if you can do anything with it though. Oh, and by the way, I
don't know either.
The Chinese year number is 4715. I don't know if we're going to 4716 but either way, it's 47. So it's more than double.
Really?
Yeah.
So do they have a middle breaker time, or are they saying that we're only in like the world's almost 5,000 years old?
Yeah, that's about right, because the Chinese culture really didn't lose the history like other groups did. Like, when Europe burned and when parts of Asia burned, and the United States wasn't even founded until a couple hundred years ago. So they just run dual calendars. They run the Western calendar just to entertain us or placate us, and then they run their calendar for the traditional things.
That's very interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah. I've always thought that, the time frame's about 6,000 to 7,000 years. I, don't know exactly, but of course, none of us do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because once you get back around 5,000 years, it's like it gets kind of fuzzy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, anyway, I just really wanted to share with you the lead paint idea because
that's not bad. That's kind of going to get tied into the tinfoil hat thing, though. If you're gonna
because
the lead paint
I need a lead hat.
Lead paint should also protect you from aliens, and if you're going down that road, I recommend watching the M. Night Shyamalan movie Signs, which was
I love that movie.
Yeah, I had fun with that too.
Swing away, Merle.
Swing away. Nah,
swing away.
Any shout outs before I send you off into the night?
Shout out to every single person doing something that they can do. Everybody's contributing what they can. We're waking people up. It's awesome. And, I'm thankful for the ones I have around me that I love, that support me and agree and are honest, good people. So I'm just very grateful and happy that I have what I have. So
wonderful.
Anyway, awesome to see all the awesome freaking flat Earth plates this year too. That was great.
Yeah, it's incredible. We've got most of the states and at least half the Canadian provinces. I really want the Canadian province. They've got a license plate up there that's not a rectangle. It's in the shape of a bear. And I really want that one.
Oh, really?
So if anybody knows anybody up there, I'd love, even if it's not a flat Earth plate, I'd love to get an old plate from up there sent to me, because I think it'd be awesome to have. So.
Well, shout out to you, Mike. Keep chucking on, huh?
All right. Hey, you have a good night. We'll talk soon.
You too. Much love, y'all.
All right. Phone number to call in. We got 90 seconds to the break, so I won't pick up until after. And after, I'll pick up 912 and 254 and 612. And what was I going to mention? Sorry. Phone number to call in is 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. And I was just looking through some of the headlines of all the stuff that happened in Flat Earth over the last calendar year. It's amazing. I was looking at the U.gov survey and how the scientific community responded to that. And if you don't know what that is, look up the U.gov Flat Earth survey, where it was a British group that did a poll of a bunch of Americans, and they found that the 18 to 24-year-olds in the United States, only about I think it was like a third of them believed. Well, 2/3 of them believed in flat. Anyway, a third of them believed in flat Earth. They didn't believe in the globe. That's a huge number. That was way beyond the pale. So anyway, we're gonna go to our second break, and when we come back, we'll pick up some more calls. There we go.
Frequency Radio is your number. This is the Truth Frequency Radio Network. We are TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Major Kong. Major Kong. Primary target the ICBM complex at Laputa. Switch all receiver circuits to CRM discriminators. What's cooking on the threat board? Nothing. Alright, tell you what you better do, old buddy. You better give Elmo and Charlie a flash, man. Bump everything up to condition ready. Stand by the core on your base. Major Kong. Major Kong. Hey, what about Major Kong?
Clear and plain and coming through fine.
What about
It's great to be fine.
What about Major
What's
Kong?
happened? You see the string in my legs, Carl.
What about Major
I
Kong?
never told you.
Hey, what about Major Kong?
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. It is January 1st, 2019, a brand new year in Flat Earth, and we're taking phone calls. So let's pick up a few, shall we? Let's do 912 area code. Hopefully I'm not duplicating any. I know I haven't done this one yet, though. 912, you're on with Strange World. What is happening?
Just driving back home.
Right on.
Just dropped my son off.
Yeah.
And I got 2 quick points before I get into the meat of what I wanted to say.
Okay.
The first point is just because a big hole opens in the sky and you don't see anything come through doesn't mean nothing came through.
Good point. Good point.
And then are you aware of that conspiracy theory about the movie Signs where the girl blessed the water and it was the water hurt the aliens because the aliens were really demons and it was holy water?
Ooh, I hadn't heard that one. That's a good twist. I like that.
Yeah, you watch it, and she blesses everything throughout the whole show, and she blesses the water.
Wow.
That's why it hurts them.
Neat. I like that wrinkle.
Yeah, that coincides with that Indiana Jones where the aliens came from interdimensional too.
Right.
Like they're interdimensional beings, like demons or something, not extraterrestrial aliens.
Yep, and they looked very similar.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
So the meat of what I wanted to talk about was, you said, what's the most important part of 2018 in Flat Earth?
Yeah.
So I just had an experience at a gas station which reminded me of something. This didn't actually happen in 2018, but I think it applies. The most important thing that happens is when one particular individual realizes, if I'm on a flat Earth, then that means that me as a human being is insurmountably significant.
Yeah.
That realization that you are significant and not just a speck of atomic dust. But I was at the gas station, and the guy, I gave him a tip, and he's like, this is the biggest tip I got all night. And he just mentioned it, but it seemed Like he was being emotional about it.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I was compelled. I just told him, hey, I'll give you a big tip. The Earth is flat. And I started telling him just some quick things. And he didn't seem weird about it at all. He just stood there and listened like he was just happy that someone was talking to him. And I was telling him, look, space isn't infinite. You're infinite. The whole show isn't out there. It's in here. And I pointed to his heart. And I just felt a real connection inside him, like a light going off, like, wait a minute, I am special.
Nice.
I couldn't really tell because he looked like Middle Eastern ethnic religion, so I couldn't tell if he was part of the big five religions, but I told him, hey, look, the big five religions all preach that. All ancient societies believe that. And he was like, wow, I didn't know that.
Right.
And I could have sworn he was, one of the big five based on his ethnicity. So it's like, it felt like this was the first time he heard somebody tell him that
nice.
Everything is created for him, and God actually looks at him very uniquely special.
You probably appeared like you were doling out sage-like wisdom from the back of a cave with a candle. So he was probably stunned. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I just felt the connection, to be honest. And
nice.
To me, like when you asked what was the 2018 moment, like there's other people out there that feel insignificant, especially going through Christmas and all that, where they don't have any hope. And they're like, well, who am I? I'm just a speck of dust anyway.
Right. Absolutely. Flat Earth is... Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's the message, is that the flat Earth isn't about the shape of the Earth as much as it is about the shape of who we are.
Excellent point. I like that. I like it a lot.
And then on a side note, I'm not gonna say that I'm the guy that used to be the Cav Scout that was too much of a coward to come on your show.
Okay.
Did you ever get that guy to come on your show?
I'm sorry, the what? The who?
You had a cavalry scout that was going to come on. But
right. Scouts out. Yeah, there was a scout that wanted to come on the show and he didn't.
Oh, he never did, huh?
No, he never did.
Oh, interesting. I'm actually a scout myself, so I was interested to see who it was, if it was somebody I know.
Never found out. But I mean, he wasn't the first military guy to back out for various reasons, or even professional. So it happens. And it's okay. Again, 90% of our membership is in the closet. And I know this because I get emails and phone calls from them all the time. And they say, look, I don't want to come out, but I got to let you know something. And it's cool. I love hearing from them. So whether you're the silent whether you're the silent majority or an active, member, that's fine. Either way, as long as you're part of the cause, that's what counts.
I'm all for that too, but I want to give a challenge out to everybody who's being silent, to tell them, look, you have your reasons, but there's a human being out there that needs to hear the message of how significant they are, that could change their day, could change their life. And you could be that person to tell them.
Right. It's a good point.
I mean, this guy tonight, he completely changed my attitude. It's like, you have facts and figures and arguments and stuff, and people get into that about all kinds of topics, especially politics, religion, science, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when you're telling somebody that everything is created for you and you're very special, you're not coming at them to say, I'm attacking you. I want you to believe what I believe. Like, here's something amazing that I found out.
Right.
About who you are as a person. So I'm putting that's the 2019 challenge from me to everybody listening. Don't be apathetic and silent unless you absolutely have to be.
Change somebody's life if you can, because it will. I like it.
I mean, just like those movies like that those guys made, they're hiding God with the greatest lie ever.
Right.
If people really believe that they're hiding who we are as humans, and hiding God from people, and especially the concept that maybe God actually thinks of you personally, and you're not just a speck of dust floating in infinite nothing. Because even the heliocentric model coincides with many people's idea of God.
Right.
Many Christians, they believe it simultaneously, but it still creates, a separation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Distance creates separation, even if it's only in your mind.
True. Hey, before I let you go, the Peanut Gallery wanted me to ask. He was asking about your scout. He goes, "What division is he in?" And if you don't want to say it, if you don't want to say it over the phone, you can email it to me.
Well, it's pretty big. So I was in 3rd Infantry Division.
Third.
We were actually the ones that invaded Iraq in the 03 war.
Okay.
We're actually the ones, invading some of the places, looking for the WMDs, looking for Saddam. We took over the airport.
Why does he say I don't know inside jokes. He says broken television. Does that mean something?
Broken television?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
Broken television. I wonder if that's whatever. Doesn't really matter. We'll figure this out later. All right, man. I've got to pick up some other callers, but thank you for all that info. And I agree with your challenge. And that is, look, if it's 2019 now. If you can change somebody's life like you did just now, do it. If you have the opportunity, because who knows if that chance is going to come again, often. I doubt it. So why not? If you see the opportunity, definitely take it.
Exactly.
All right. And with that, you are off into the night, and we'll pick up somebody else. So thank you very much for reaching out, okay?
All right, take it easy.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, let's jump over to 25. Oh, you know what? Before we even do that, the stripes. That's what he was mentioning. I get the insignia of the 3rd Infantry Scout, or 3rd Infantry, was the blue and white diagonal stripes on a square box, which looks kind of like a broken television. I got to mention this because the Peanut Gallery keeps bugging me about it. Okay, so just for the record, even though it's 2019 in America, today, in February, it's going to be 4715 or 4716 in China, because they don't even celebrate New Year's in January. They celebrate in February, and it will be it's going to change from the year of the dog to the year of the pig. And if you go to Chinese restaurants enough, you know that. Also, he mentions the Chinese calendar features 12 months. However, an extra month is inserted in the calendar when leap year occurs. So there you go. So they add. So it's 13 months every 3 years. How weird is that? Chinese. Strange stuff. But you know what? They're older than we are, so I'm not going to give them any grief. All right, let's jump over to, too many calls from Texas. Hopefully I'll know this one. 254 out in Texas. Have I picked you up already?
No, you haven't.
You sure? You're absolutely sure? You're not lying to me?
I'm positive.
All right.
I'm not lying to you.
All right. What is happening out there?
Well, this is the first time for me to call in. I've listened forever. My name is Angie. I am the infamous mother-in-law of Shanna. Here in Texas. Yes. And I just wanted to start off the new year by calling in for the very first time, because I have a big phobia of talking on. I can't even call into a local bargain box to say what I've got for sale and stuff. But anyway, I wanted to call in.
Here you are talking to me.
I know. I listen to you all the time. I go to sleep with you all the time.
Oh, no. Don't say that. People will get ideas. But continue.
Well, I just wanted you to know that I have the most wonderful daughter-in-law, Shanna. She is so awesome. She was patient enough to wake me up while I was trying to show her dancing stormtroopers she had the Bible, and she was telling me about the firmament. So, so it was so funny, me trying to say, how come we don't fall off? Because everybody always says that.
Right.
And she just threw up her hand and said, God. So anyway, she's my number one. I mean, I just love her, and she always did shout outs to her mother-in-law. And so, I just, doesn't have anything to do with Flat Earth, but I wanted to tell you a cute little something. Okay. You know how you catch a unique rabbit?
I know this one, but I'm going to have you say it anyway.
Oh, no, you go ahead. Unique up on it, right?
Unique up on it.
Okay, you know how you catch a tame rabbit?
No.
Same way.
Oh.
Anyway, my name is Angie, and shout out to my daughter-in-law, Shanna.
It was a delight to meet you, Angie, and you know what? Don't be a stranger. Hopefully we'll talk again soon.
I won't.
Okay.
Happy New Year, Mark.
Happy New Year.
Keep it flat.
Okay. All right. Hopefully she didn't catch too much of an earful. My button kind of paused over the mute thing. All right, let's jump to, we still got plenty of time in this third segment. Let's jump to 612 area code. 612, you're on with Strange World on New Year's Day, 2019, unless you're in China, which it is still, I think, 4715. I'll have to look that up just to be sure. So, what's happening?
Hey, did I, what caller am I? Did I win the tickets?
The tickets, no. the tickets to the Duran Duran reunion tour.
Oh no, it was Penn and Teller. Did I call the wrong number?
Penn and Teller.
This is not KQRS. No, okay.
No, it's not.
Damn it.
No.
Yes. Hey everybody, West Stace Flat Earth News here. Wait for it. Go.
Wes, why do you insist? It's a brand new year. Here, I thought 2019 would be a year of peace, a year of respite from your incessant calling and technical support nightmare issues. And yet here you are.
Guess what? Your restraining order is out of date. It's 2019, dude. Yeah, it says 18 on here, so it's no good.
Luckily for you, I've got an agency judge on speed dial. I can just call him up. I can call him up tonight, wake him up, and say, "Look, I need something." But that's fine. Hey, I have a quote for you before I forget, because I'm going to get distracted. Which is from the Peanut Gallery, and it says, "You're so full of crap you could pass for a toilet." What?
Oh my God, that's so funny, because you know what? Yeah. Never mind. No, I'm not even gonna go there. Let's just say it hasn't been right in Denmark for a bit. Let's see. I have to. Yeah. That's why I didn't want to go there. Anyhow, I'm actually on call. I'm sitting in my truck, just waiting to head over to another. It's an emergency. My toilet's backed up. So anyhow, I thought I'd at least try to jump in between calls and say hello. And I'm also going to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Okay. And I have to copy Zulu 1, because I agree with him. It was the Tesla for 2018. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it caused a lot of buzz.
And, oh, God, yeah. And the other thing is now this is something that was posted about, let's say it was a week ago, and it was through this woman's channel that is called Diver City with a S, S-I-T-Y, and then a big J at the end. She had uploaded a video called Waves Ripple Across the Moon. Now, he used a P1000 and got right up in there. I'll tell you, it's better than what we have seen with Crow 777.
Really?
And I'm telling you, the clarity is unbelievable, and it literally looks like a wave on the water.
Wow.
Now crows look like something like he had said. It looks like something's being reset, but this literally looks like waves going across a water. Very interesting. Check it out. Yeah, and I'm going to leave you guys with the quote of. Hopefully, this will be a quote of 2019. It was said, ironically enough, I believe, was said a few years ago on your show by Shanna, I think. Ironically, anyhow, it goes like this: if the Earth is flat, then we all are on top of the world. Let's be that our new quote for 2019.
I like it. Sounds good. All right. Let's jump over to 850 area code. 850, you're on with Strange World, brand new year in Flat Earth. What are we talking about?
Happy January Fool's Day.
Right.
Hi, it's Constance. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. I've been dealing with a really bad cold, and it's almost over, but I'm still fighting. I have a quote that I want everyone to enjoy. It's this. This is the power of gathering. It inspires us delightfully to be more hopeful, more joyful, more thoughtful, in a word, more alive. And that's by Alice Waters. Of course, she uses 2 words, not 1. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a conference right there. Any meetup, anywhere two flat earthers are together.
Nice.
Stuff happens. It's cool.
Cool. Awesome. Anything else?
Well, there's a famous saying by Socrates. Says, I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. And I disagree. I know that I know something. How about that, Socrates?
Yep. Like that one as well.
Also, anyway, any news? I've been trying to keep up on everybody, so it's hard work when
that's all right.
When you're running out of time. Shout outs, Ace McLeod. This one's not going to get refracted.
Always
and everybody in Zulu 1, the one and only Mark with a C. Shauna, Shanna, Karen, Spherical Cow. Have you ever gotten a shout out? And Hey Hoary Sheet. Oh, the gang's all there. It's just wonderful.
Nice.
So anyway, I love everybody. There's no judging. There's no need for that. It just, we're all going to get straightened out at some point, and it's going to be amazing. It's just going to be wonderful. So
nice.
We just got to mind our P's and Q's and keep our learning curve. And that's the only curve I want to see, because I know there's nothing else out there to be spotted.
That's
no
quotable.
curvature.
The only curve I care about is the learning curve. Ooh, I like that.
Exactly.
And by the way, the Peanut Gallery wants me to give you a quote. May all your troubles last as long as your New Year's resolutions.
Oh, they're already done with. I didn't make any. My New Year's is in the spring, but whatever. Thanks, Peanut. Also, shout out to a wonderful Zach Zabala. He's doing Crocheters Corner, and it's so peaceful and wonderful to hang out with him. He's such a cool cat.
Yeah.
And there was somebody else, but I forget. Anyway. Oh, yeah, the Iron Realm Media, of course.
Of course.
we're all hoping for Nathan Oakley to get back on YouTube. He's battling the the evil Knievel's.
Yeah. Don't worry, he'll be back. He's resilient.
Yeah, he will.
At the very least.
He is. All right, man.
All right. Well, hey, you have a good rest of your evening. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. And
thank you. You too.
We will talk soon.
Have a lemon drop on me.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. All right. Talk soon.
Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Love y'all.
All right. And we've got a little time before the break, but I just want to mention there was another kind of a standout moment for me was when I was looking through all the articles from 2018, and there were so many cool ones that happened. And one of them was from GQ magazine. It was not my article. It was done. The guy that was interviewed was the director of Behind the Curve, Daniel Clark. And I'm sure it was really fun for him because, GQ is a very popular magazine, and they were talking to him, and the article is called "What a Filmmaker Learned from Taking Flat Earthers Seriously." And for those of you who may have been in a cave during 2018, we did the film festival circuit with Behind the Curve, myself and Patricia and others that were in the movie. And what started out as just kind of a modest project in 2017 really blossomed in 2018. And the world premiere was up in Toronto, Canada. And I went up there and met Patricia and Daniel and Caroline and Nick and everybody. And then, it had its European premiere and then the American premiere, and we went to different film festivals. And before it was over, we had gone to, and you could look it up again. It was just fascinating to watch it happen. I mean, I was thrilled when it had 5 film festivals under its belt, and before it was over, we had 21, and things just kept steamrolling to where like the last festival showings were like in Moscow, and then finally did one more up in Toronto, which was great. Kind of, where they picked it was always in a top 10 list, and it really didn't win any awards for most of the festivals, but it was in always these lists like, oh, the movies you got to watch. Oh, we're not going to nominate it for any trophies. But if anything, more than anything, Flat Earth is always the most interesting story you've ever heard of or never heard of. So again, if you're trying to turn people that have never heard of Flat Earth, point them at Behind the Curve. And with that, we're going to go to our final break, and then we'll pick up 980. We come back at 334 and 480. So don't go anywhere.
We are TFR.
My faith in destiny is all I need to prevail.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World. It is part 4 of 4. It is a call-in show. And because it is January 1st, 2019, I'm not going to screw this up. Yeah, that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album, Night and Day. So, let's pick up some calls, shall we? This is your last chance to call in. Phone number is 213-233-3998. That is 213-233-3998. Oh, where shall we start? Let's start with 980. 980, you're on with Strange World. Just you and me, a bottle of wine, some decent cheese, and a radio show. What's happening?
That sounds very romantic, Mark.
I know, right? I was thinking of you when I put the whole ensemble together.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're thinking about.
Right. Who? I'm sorry. Who is this again?
Now, come on now. Everybody knows you know who this is. I'm not fooling anybody.
Yes, it's the voice that makes people melt because it's so velvetly smooth. Velvetly?
What are you doing on my show anyways?
Velvety? Velvetly? Yeah, I know, right? You must be grateful that you have the night off, and I am filling in as your guest host for this time slot.
Yeah. I had to call in because I was listening to that caller earlier who was talking about the thing he saw in the sky where he says he thinks it was a portal and that he saw like, what did he say? He saw like a reddish, pinkish color.
And purples too.
Okay. And this is, people are going to love this, but there have been portals like that reported and witnessed by multiple people at the same time here on the ground level associated with Sasquatch.
Really?
Where there was like a portal that there's a specific area where this group of researchers go to habituate this particular clan of Sasquatch, and they were there, and this was in Oregon. They were there, and they saw this portal open in this one area, and when the portal opened, it was like they saw into another dimension, and the sky behind it was they said it was like a reddish, pinkish color sky behind it. Which I thought, so when I heard that other caller call in and talk about that, I thought that was pretty interesting.
I like it. I don't, I'm not, being from the Northwest, I'm never ever going to shoot down the Bigfoot Sasquatch stuff. And remember, I spent time, the heaviest sightings actually in the whole world are up on Vancouver Island, which is just north of here in Canada. And I think you can disagree. I know you're way more versed in this than I am. I think they're interdimensional. And I think that, in fact, I'm going to.
No, they are.
Oh, I absolutely think they're dimensional. And here's the thing, and I'm going to go out on a limb, and people, you think they loved your stuff, they're going to really love this. Because I think if this world was virtual, and because I've played games for basically since my existence started, I would make them if it was a gaming world, they would be the equivalent of treasure goblins. And you're probably rolling your eyes going, what is a treasure goblin? It is a little, well, in this case, giant, a big thing that's in game that you can never catch. And they put it there. Sometimes people that design worlds will put these things in there just to tick people off, because just to irritate them. They're like gremlins. Only gremlins, if I have a theory behind this. Because gremlins are so small, people chase them if they can. But no one wants to chase a freaking Sasquatch because they're huge. They're scary to most people. And from what I understand, they also don't smell particularly great for whatever reason.
Well, the males don't. The females smell like flowers. But anyways, continue.
Well, there you go. I mean, there was that famous story, and I'm sure you knew about it, where there was a rider on horseback who had a Sasquatch dead to rights. He was right there, almost point blank range with a lever action rifle, and he said when he fired at it, it blinked away. Like he couldn't hit it. He goes, I could not miss. It was one split second it was there, and the next second it was gone. And as soon as I heard that story, I go, oh, treasure goblin. I get it. It's fairly clever, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's why anybody that says that they killed a Bigfoot or they have a Bigfoot body, it's like I immediately call BS on it, because
you can't. I don't think you can.
No person possesses the ability. I don't care what kind of weapons you have. I don't know. That's unless there's something I don't know about. But anything known, like any known weapon that we have, you're not going to kill one. You're not going to catch one. It's not going to happen.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. You don't have the ability to do it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. In fact, I was thinking
beyond that.
If I could ever do this over, one of my initial fantasies a long time ago was I would put like a $10 million prize on somebody capturing, dead or alive, well, capturing wouldn't be the word if he was dead, bagging, dead or alive, a Bigfoot, right? And you'd be like, well, how are they going to haul one in? It's like, well, if you got the head. But now, after years later, I realized that, that wouldn't make any difference. The amount of money has nothing to do with it. You can't catch them. Can't.
No.
They can't be caught.
Never going to happen.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
So.
That's why I tell people, like that stupid show Finding Bigfoot, like you don't find Bigfoot. Bigfoot finds you. That's just the way it is.
What are you doing your Yakov Smirnoff thing just then?
No.
In Northwest, you don't find Bigfoot. Bigfoot finds you. It's like Soviet Union. It's like Soviet Russia.
You will never catch Bigfoot. Not in this life or the next.
Nice. Hey, by the way, before I forget, because Peanut Gallery loves just people have no idea how much text he throws at me. He has a quote for you. I would like to see every woman know how to handle firearms as naturally as they know how to handle babies. And who said that? The female marksman known as Annie Oakley.
Amen, sister.
Yeah. By the way, I loved you in the Dr. Zach now different channel. So what is it? Decimal Z?
Yes, Decimal Z is his
yeah, I did not know when you sent me that link that you were going to be in that. And I'm listening to it in the background. I'm not even watching the screen. And all of a sudden I hear your voice. I'm going, what? What's this? What fresh hell is this? It's like, oh, wow.
Fresh hell.
It's like, I mean, because in Flat Earth, you expect the unexpected, right? And I try to brace myself every single day for, something in Flat Earth to catch me off guard. And that was it. It was like, what is Karen doing? But it was good. You did a nice job. Did you write the lyrics?
Well, no, Zach wrote that. He wrote it and then he sent it to me and he was like, you pick a beat. He's like, let me see your skills. Let me see if you could rap it. So that's how I
So you had to do a rap audition?
Basically.
Well, I mean, seriously, who are you going to go up against? Tiger Dan and Jaren. Jaren did a rap song.
Oh, well, yeah. ODD, though. ODD's
Oh, right. ODD. Yeah.
Don't forget about ODD.
There actually, you know what? I take that back. There's quite a few rap songs in the Flat Earth Library, including, well, heck, B.O.B.
Yes.
So
yes,
so
rap is actually a great music form for Flat Earth because it's you have to do so much explaining for stuff. And it's very wordy. So rap is actually a really good medium for that.
Yeah, it is. Folk songs are pretty good, but rap is excellent because you can get in a lot of content. So
that's right.
Cool.
Well, I'm glad that I can still surprise you.
Yes, you can. Awesome. And thank you for calling in with the Bigfoot update. That's good to know. Yeah. And I agree. And again, I totally agree with you. No one's going to catch these things. It ain't going to happen because they were built to not be caught.
No.
We don't know, but yeah,
they can literally go in and out of your house at will. Like there's no stopping them. If whatever they want to do, they're going to do it. But They're not. A lot of people think that they're Nephilim or they're evil. No, they're not. They're not at all. I don't care what anybody says. They're not malicious.
I kind of call them. I used to kind of nickname them, and I don't want to be mean when I say it, but like interdimensional hippies.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That's probably a pretty accurate description, actually.
With less patchouli. Anyway, I've got to pick up. There's somebody that wants to get a story out, and I don't know how much time we have left, so I got to say goodbye to you. But I'm sure we'll talk later.
Okay,
talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye. All right, let's pick up 480 area code because 480, if I'm not mistaken, has a story to tell, and she's got 15 minutes to tell it.
Oh, hello, Mark Sargent. I don't think you have the right line unmuted. You may want to try another one because I have no story to tell you, Mark.
I ain't even a lady, Mark.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, I'm serious. I don't know what kind of lady I'd be. This is the Hori Sheet Show. You got another caller you want to take?
Hori, I thought this would be, well, I don't mind saying the name. I thought it was Caroline going to be.
Well, I'll be short if that's okay. Oh, now it's muted. Oh, wow, now I can't hear. I can't hear anything. I wonder. There you go.
Hori, are you having technical
I can
difficulties?
hear you. Oh, something happened. I couldn't hear you at all.
That's okay. That's okay. You pretending to be Caroline was good enough. What's happening?
Oh, I just wanted to let everybody know that if you wondered where I've been on the main channel, it finally got off its ban, and I thought they were going to perma-ban me on my show, on my live streaming, because Udit a while back striked me for having that sexy model in the Tesla with me and dancing on the hood. I guess it was a little too risque, right? But anyway, it was 7 days past the ban. The account was showing that it was all lifted, and I still couldn't stream. So I was freaking out. So I went and tracked down the YouTube team via Reddit. Some guy on Reddit told me to get them on Twitter. So then I went to Twitter, and they looked into it. And on Christmas Day, they let me start a live stream up if I wanted to. So they unbanned it. So it was really cool. I'll be back doing, doing the new show again and talking about all the channels. I'm gonna be highlighting some new channels again, and my next show is going to be about all the conventions coming up. I'm gonna talk about all the events. The one in the UK and then the one in New Zealand and Netherlands. So, all of them, and then the one in Texas here. Robbie's throwing the 2019 FEIC.
Right.
I'll be back in action, and I wanted to ask you one question.
Sure.
Just because I'm out of the loop and I haven't heard from, Patricia in a while, and I'm wondering if she's going to do the Flat Earth Another Hot Potato show, and if you guys might be doing that again and going into 2019 at all. Have you thought about it?
I have no idea. It's absolutely up to her at this point. I know that she's been interviewing people and doing her own thing, but and I know that she's still a little bent about the Denver thing, and probably shouldn't be saying too much on the air. Other than it's up to her. Okay. I'm rolling into 2019, hitting the ground running as fast as possible, and seeing if we can hit critical mass by 2020. So
cool. Yeah.
We'll see.
We don't have to say much on air. I just wanted to see how you felt about it, and I can't wait. I hope 2019 brings more flat Earth awareness than anything. And boy, if anything beats the Tesla this year.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to beat. But then again, I would have said in 2017, it's like, well, it's not. I mean, the stories get weirder and weirder and weirder. So we'll see. I mean, literally, I was amazed looking through the 2018 headlines, how many different versions, how varied it was, and how many different huge media outlets were covering it. To where now it's now that we've got multiple conferences under our belts, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, can't wait. Yeah. So, all right, well, you can take other callers, man. Thanks for taking my call, and much love.
All right, talk to you soon, man.
Take care.
Bye. All right, let's jump over to where did I leave off? Let's do 303 area code. 303 used to be my neck of the woods because I was in Boulder for 20 years. What's happening out there?
Yes, you were. Hi, Ted the Architect. You were in the Boulder, and people forget the mountain time zone when they air news about Building 7, who were from England. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just wondering, what's your opinion here?
On?
We have a Boston bombing.
Yeah.
Guy in a wheelchair, doesn't bleed, who has his leg blown off.
Right.
Building 7 can fall without being hit by a plane. Right. In Las Vegas, you have guys lobbing pea shooters and killing 58 people.
Right.
How are we going to convince people of this? I know if you convince the people of the big one, the flat Earth, then the other ones kind of fall like dominoes. But man, are people fooled by anything the media tells them?
You're right. The reason why flat Earth has been working so well over the last 3 years. I mean, well enough that YouTube tore down its own scoreboard, well enough that certain interviews have been canceled and certain interviews have been pulled down. Heck, CBS pulled down its video that was going to hit 1 million hits pretty soon here. The CBS morning show with Jane Pauley, where they went to our meetup in Los Angeles. They pulled that. But let's back on point. The reason why Flat Earth is going to work is because the term is so simple. If you've noticed in the media, especially with television and movies, we've been rebooting and reinventing just about every television show and movie there is out there because media has gotten so broad. There's so many different facets to media. The only way you can guarantee some traction with your project is if you revisit an older idea. There is nothing older than Flat Earth. Okay. Flat Earth predates television. It predates radio. It predates the United States. It predates all of Western civilization as we know it. But it's a simple term, and people are suckers for easy. Meaning, we now have, and I told this to somebody just the other day who I did an interview with. I said, look, you could march every scientist into social media right now and have them go against Flat Earth, and it will do nothing. It will not even make a dent. And the reason is because Flat Earth is now easier to explain than the globe model. Because remember, it's not just the globe model you have to explain. The globe, you have to include the solar system and the galaxy around that and the universe around that. And you have to use geometry and trigonometry and calculus and quantum physics and so on and so on. Flat Earth needs none of that. Most of the Flat Earth videos that were put out there don't use any math at all. And the ones that do, they only use a simple algebra equation, which is 8 inches per mile squared. That's it. That's all you have. And that's not even, doesn't have anything really to do with the Flat Earth. It just says, oh yeah, by the way, science says the curve is this. We say it's not. Here's why. Exactly. And because of that, Flat Earth has become easy to grasp. Very, very and difficult to master, but easy to grasp. It's kind of like the American language. You hear about that a lot of time about English, which is English is really easy to pick up, but it's really tough to master. And that's the same thing with Flat Earth. I mean, I've been doing this for 3+ years, and I still don't have all of it nailed down. I've got a lot of different versions of it, but you can get into Flat Earth very, very quickly. Even the documentary Behind the Curve that came out. It has no math in it. Doesn't even mention 8 inches per mile squared. My clues, the Flat Earth clues, didn't mention 8 inches per mile squared. So that's why. And sorry, let me kind of summarize it with this. There was a great line from the book Art of War by Sun Tzu. If you're going to take away anything from this book, it's not a very big book, which is about how to attack military things. He said something which has just really carried over, which was people are like water. They always take the path of least resistance. If you think I'm kidding, why do people text now instead of call? Right? It's not because it's not because it's physically easier. I mean, when you called, you just hit one button, speed dial. You call up your friend and you talk to him. Now you're using your thumbs and you're typing hundreds, if not thousands, of characters a day. But it's easier emotionally to text instead of type them.
You voice an act.
Well, you can do that too if you want.
And that's true. And which is even easier. And I remember the days when you had to press like 3 buttons to get an M or whatever. Remember the old Nokia? When then no one texts.
Right.
But now with the alphabet, with smartphones, they do it all the time. Yeah, you're right.
And so Flat Earth is going to win because the explanations to counter it. Here's why. Because you'll see this, and if any trolls are listening, here, I challenge you, which is scientists will try to beat Flat Earth, and I've seen them try to do it with mathematics. And it's like, no. People don't remember. And here's the reason why it's going to fail. And this is a challenge I put out to any scientist. I knew they were in trouble. This is how I really knew that Flat Earth was going to take off. Was because when I say, for example, the average person, I say, okay, the curvature of the Earth is 8 inches per mile, right? And they're totally with me at that point, right? Absolutely, they're totally with me. 8 inches per mile, I got that. And I go squared. They're lost. They glaze over and they forget everything they ever learned in high school algebra. And I go, If you don't, and so if a scientist is saying, oh yeah, well, it's a sphere because of geometry. It's a sphere because of trigonometry. It's a galaxy because of calculus. I'm going, you don't have a chance. You don't know what people have forgotten. You're in the 1 percentile of people that can do that level of mathematics, and you're trying to explain an argument using that to the person on the street. They're never going to get it. So anyway.
Nope. Yeah, no, I mean, it's frustrating, but you're right. I mean, I counter the argument by saying, explain, heliocentric to me and talk to me about 1,000 miles an hour rotation and 66,000 miles an hour revolution at a 23.4 degree angle. And they don't grasp that. They've heard it, but they don't remember it. And when you try to have them reiterate that, they look foolish. But they don't even know that anymore. I don't know. I'm hoping for the best.
Don't worry too much.
I love your show,
people are suckers for the truth, and people are notoriously, I'm not even going to use the word lazy. They like the easy stuff. Flat Earth is easy. And that's why it's going to just keep growing and growing. Remember, back in the day, we all embraced flat Earth. And, so any scientist says, no, the Greeks knew. It's like, I don't care about the Greeks. They were in the minority compared to everybody else. We used to believe in flat Earth, and then 500 years ago, we changed to it and made it much more difficult. Now we're going to go back to the easy stuff. And that's what people want. So
we don't trust our own minds anymore. We don't trust, I see something flat that, no, it's got to be something way more complicated, and we've separated ourselves from scientists. But, well, I will keep trying.
All right, man. Well, hey, thank you for calling and reaching out, and fight the good fight in 2019, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Bye-bye. All right, let's pick up one last call, maybe two. We'll try one, though, for now. 231 area code. You could be the last call of the... Oh, and she just hung up. Oh, sorry, I might have scared her. Let's try 304. 304, you could be the last call of the evening, potentially.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You got 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Go.
Okay. Are you at your computer? Do you have Google pulled up?
But yes.
Can you do a stat check for me real quick? We crashed the YouTube. Let's see what we can do with Google.
Okay, do it. What do you got?
What do we got for flat Earth? What's the stat on that?
Okay,
search
flat
results.
Earth. No. Sorry, we'll say recent. Wow, that changed recently. What do you see? I only see 30 million, which doesn't make any sense.
30 million?
Oh no, well, I'm sorry. That was in the news section. In all section, it's 494 million.
494 million? Yep. Okay, what do you got for Donald Trump? Donald J. Trump.
Hang on. I'm not supposed to jinx
this.
Donald Trump comes up at about 1 billion, almost an even billion. But yeah. I'm not putting in Donald J. I'm just putting in Donald Trump.
Okay.
Why?
No, I was just curious. I'm just trying to see if these stats are.
I wouldn't mess. Honestly, I'm a little leery, and we got about a minute till we got to go to music. I'm a little leery about promoting the Google stats. Because as you know, when I promoted the YouTube stats, and I did it for about 18 months, they finally just shut down the stats entirely. Then they killed it for everybody. So we ruined the party for everybody in YouTube. So I'm a little leery about quoting Google. I'm be fine. I get the hint, guys. I know you're listening. You don't have to be reactionary that much. I'm not going to keep typing. In fact, I hardly ever look at the numbers in Google. So. Anyway, any shout outs you want to give before we go to break? Because we are about running out of time.
Yeah, shout out to the Cat Scout earlier who called in. Hey, appreciate you calling.
Cool.
I don't know if you're active right now. My brother was Cat Scout. Trying to convince him. I'm waiting on the career Cat Scout to call in and do the testimony. So I could maybe convince my brother.
Right on.
System.
There's the music. So we got to go. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Same flat time, same flat channel.
It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only